April 6, 2026. The world is on a knife's edge. In less than 4 hours, the most consequential ultimatum of the decade expires. President Trump has told Tehran, "Open the Strait of Hormuz, or we turn out the lights." Tonight, we break down the secret rescue, the power plant day threat, and the deal that's currently gathering dust on the Resolute desk. The clock is ticking, and savage mode is officially engaged. It started with a weekend of digital fire. Trump didn't hold back, calling the Iranian leadership crazy bastards, and warning that if they don't move, they'll be living in hell. He shifted the deadline a few times, but his latest post is crystal clear. Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time is the point of no return. This isn't just a tweet, it's a war doctrine unfolding in real time. Why is the world sweating? Because the Strait of Hormuz is currently a graveyard. Since the crisis began, dozens of merchant ships have been hit and 21% of global oil is trapped. If this doesn't resolve tonight, we aren't just looking at high gas prices, we're looking at a global industrial heart attack. Trump is betting the house that Tehran will blink before the first tomahawk flies. This isn't a new fight. We've been in Operation Epic Fury for over a month now. The U.S. has already dismantled the bulk of Iran's navy. But Trump's latest pivot moves the target from military assets to civilian infrastructure. He's calling it Power Plant Day and Bridge Day, a promise to dismantle the very fabric of Iranian daily life if the blockade remains. Amidst the talk of war, a miracle happened in the Iranian mountains. Trump confirmed today that a U.S. airman, part of an F-15E crew shot down last Friday, was successfully rescued from deep behind enemy lines. By getting our people home, Trump just removed the last bit of leverage Tehran had: high-value prisoners of war. The deck is now clear for a full-scale strike. But the cost is rising. Reports from Tehran today claim strikes in Shahryar and Baharistan killed 19 people, including 6 children. While these numbers are hard to verify, they underscore the savage reality of this conflict. The U.S. isn't just hitting the coast anymore. The fire is reaching the heart of the regime's residential districts. The regime just lost its eyes and ears. Majid Khademi, the head of IRGC intelligence, was taken out today in what Iran calls a terrorist attack. Taking out a top-tier intelligence chief on the eve of an ultimatum is a total lobotomy of the Iranian command and control system. They are flying blind right when they need to make the biggest decision in their history. There is a 45-day ceasefire on the table, brokered by Pakistan. Trump says Iran has conceded on most points, including their nuclear program. This is the art of the deal in a war zone. He's dangling peace with one hand and a strike package in the other, demanding 100% submission before he pulls the military back. A major wildcard: Israel. Trump reportedly told them to keep their hands off energy infrastructure to avoid global price spikes, but Israeli jets just leveled the South Pars petrochemical complex anyway. This suggests a good cop, bad cop routine, or that Trump's allies are moving faster than the White House intended. The markets are in a state of decade-high volatility. Brent crude is screaming toward $114 a barrel. Every minute the strait stays closed, the energy VIX climbs higher. If those tankers don't move by 8:01 p.m. tomorrow, expect the opening bell on Wednesday to be an absolute bloodbath for global investors. Incredibly, the U.S. domestic economy ISA Fortress March data shows 178,000 new jobs were added, with unemployment at 4.3%. Trump is using this to show the world that America can fight a war and grow an economy at the same time. It's his strength narrative personified, giving him the political capital to stay aggressive abroad. And then there's the policy shocker. Trump's 2026 budget includes federal protections for medical cannabis. HE's moving further than any previous administration. IT's a move that's confusing his enemies and energizing a new segment of his base, proving HE can still dominate the domestic news cycle even while hovering over the red button. In a week like this, you can't rely on standard feeds. I'm doing all my research today on Brave. When you're tracking a war in real minus time, you can't afford to have your browser bogging down with trackers or being manipulated by algorithms. Stay secure, stay fast, and get the raw data from the sources that haven't been throttled. Trump has teased a major announcement for tomorrow night at 8 p.m. ET. This is the prestige. Tonight is the ultimatum. Tomorrow is the result. If Iran opens the strait, tomorrow is a victory speech. If they don't, tomorrow's address could be a formal declaration of a much wider conflict. Either way, the world will be watching. Trump has mentioned specifically seizing Karg Island, which handles 90% of Iran's exports. HE's not just looking to defeat a navy. HE's looking to seize the assets that fund the regime. If Power Plant Day happens tomorrow, Karg Island is likely the first thing to be occupied or neutralized. Even with war looming, Trump signed an order today to save college sports. It's a reminder that his administration is pushing a massive cultural and legislative agenda simultaneously with epic fury. HE's showing HE can manage the household while the neighbor's yard is on fire. So, what happens at the deadline? 1. Iran blinks and opens the gates. 2. Trump signs the 45-day ceasefire at the last second to avoid a global price spike. Or 3. The clock hits 0, and we see the first wave of tomahawks. Trump told the Wall Street Journal, they're going to lose every plant they have. HE means IT. The world is terrified. Europe is begging for the ceasefire, while Gulf allies are privately pushing Trump to finish the job. HE's told NATO allies they can fend for themselves, in the Strait if they don't contribute. The transatlantic rift has never been wider, and the world order is being rewritten on the fly. If tonight fails, the target list is already public. We are looking at refineries in Isfahan and Bandar Abbas. The goal is total economic paralysis of the Iranian state. It's a strategy of maximum pressure taken to its ultimate military conclusion. No fuel, no power, no regime. We are hours away. A rescue is complete, an intelligence chief is dead, and the world's most important waterway is a powder keg. Hit subscribe, use Brave, and stay tuned. We will be here to cover the fallout. Stay savage, and I'll see you on the other side of the deadline.